Hi, I'm Vicki Zambito from our communications team, and I'm here today with Morgan Williams, Vector's Senior Director of Growth Programs. Hi, Morgan.
Vicki, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So where are you doing this interview from?
I am doing this interview from my home office in San Juan Capistrano, which is a really tiny town in Southern California. Most people have never heard of it, but it's close to Laguna Beach.
Wow, that's kind of a cool name, actually. I do notice behind you, and I've always wanted to ask you this, and I think people have in the past, the color-coded books. Like, how did you get all those colors? It just seems like a lot of work.
So I actually moved into this home about a year and a half ago. And so I had to pack up all of my books from where I previously lived. And when I was unpacking it, I was like, I can either do it by genre or I can do it by colors. And I was like, I feel like colors would be like more appeasing for my background. So I
Yeah.
did it by colors. And now I read from my Kindle. So I like never even have an excuse to come and like change these books. I think they'll be like this for a long time.
Well, it is a great background, so it was a good choice. So, speaking of backgrounds, tell us a little bit about your background. How did you come to be the director of growth programs, and actually, what is a director of growth programs?
Yeah, that's a great question. I first started my career in sales. And when I was starting my career in sales, I really didn't know much about it, but I just loved the possibility of getting to have that direct link between effort and reward. So the earnings potential is what drew me to it. But once I got into sales, I was like, I love this. I loved how fast paced it was. I loved how you could see the results of your work extremely quickly when you're closing deals. I really liked interacting with our customers and getting to know them, understanding their problems, solving their needs. And so I was in a direct selling role for about 5 years. And then from there, I moved into leading our SDR team, and I moved into the role that I'm in about 2 years ago. And the role that I'm in now, it's really interesting because it sits right at the intersection of strategy and execution. And so I get to work really closely with our account executives and our sales leaders to define different programs that we want to run in order to expand on expansion bookings for our existing customers. So trying to figure out what can we sell more to and to who and when is the right time. And more recently, I've also been involved on the renewal management processes as well. So trying to constantly evaluate what are different ways that we can expand the business through customer expansion. So it's been really rewarding. I've really enjoyed this position because, as I mentioned with sales, I liked working with people. And really in this role, the sales teams are my customers. So it's a lot of more of the same of what I was doing with direct sales, but now just get to work closely with our internal teams to understand like what motivates them, how can we help them meet their goals, and ultimately, meet Vector's goals as well.
So I know you came to us through our Vector's acquisition of scenario learning in 2017. Was that your first job out of school, or did you have any jobs previous to that?
I had one job previous to that. I worked for a third-party logistics company, which is basically a middleman for truck drivers and for companies that are moving freight. And that was so challenging because when you're a third-party logistics company, there's really nothing that differentiates you. It's mostly just trying to sell like you personally as their broker in order to get their freight from point A to point B. So that was really challenging, but I learned so much in that role because the company that I worked for was really small. They didn't really have a CRM or any sort of tools to really help us succeed. It was really based on like what your organization skills, what research you were able to do. So it was a great first experience, but it was really challenging. So that was my role immediately out of college, and then I moved to Vector a few years later.
So that's enough about work. What about fun? What do you like to do when you're not working?
Great question. I recently moved to California, and recently as in 4 years ago, but it feels new to me still. And in this move to California, I feel like I've been spending so much more time outdoors. So in my free time, I like to go to the beach. It's about 10 minutes away, so it's super close. We have a pool in my community. I love to read, and I spend a lot of time after work just sitting outside, reading and relaxing. I also like to practice yoga in my free time and love cooking.
All right, great. So I know you love to read, something you and I talk about on occasion because I as love to read as well. So what are you reading right now?
What I'm reading right now, so with my Kindle, I have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, and I'm really in a reading slump. So if you have any recommendations, I'll take
Oh,
them. So I'm reading just this easy thriller. It's called The
mhm.
Butcher, and I'm just trying to get through something that's kind of quick and captivating so I can get back into reading.
I'm reading. I'm vacillating. I'm going between two books right now, and like they're good, but I wouldn't like. I'm not thrilled like in love with them. But one's Theo of Golden. I
Okay.
mean, I like it. Have you read that
I
one?
haven't read it, but Sarah Forger was telling me that she read it recently and she liked it and she related it to The Correspondent, which I really liked.
Okay, I haven't read that one. It's on my list. And then the one I'm like bouncing back and forth with is called Cloud Cuckoo Land. Um,
Oh, I've seen the cover, but I have not
yeah,
read that one either.
and I believe it's by the same author who did like All the Light We Cannot See or that one book that they turned into a movie and it's really good about World War II in France and the
Okay.
but so that's why I picked it up because I loved the other book. And I like it. I just maybe I'm in a slump too. Like I just can't. I'm just not like focused, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. So I'll do the correspondent next.
I recommend it. It was really good. I actually listened to it on audiobook and it was interesting because she's writing this correspondence back and forth to people. And so the audiobook had different voices for
Oh,
the different people who were portrayed through the book. So it was really great.
did you ever read Project Hail Mary?
No, but everybody's raving about the movie and I was thinking about reading the book.
Yeah, I've heard like my husband read it, my daughter read the book, and Lauren here in the office read the book, and they all said it was amazing. And I haven't read the book, but I just saw the movie, which was so cute, and I loved it. And, but I don't know about going back and reading the book after I've seen the movie. But anyway, you could put that on your list too.
Yeah, I always try to read the book before seeing the movie, so maybe that's
Mhm.
something that I'll do. One movie that I'm really looking forward to coming out, which is my favorite book of all time, is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Have you had a
Yes,
chance
I
to read that?
love that book too. I didn't realize that was coming out as a movie.
Oh my God, yeah. I think it's not until 2027, but I can't wait.
So you mentioned you also like to cook. Like, is there certain things you cook, or what's your like go-to, like, I'll make this meal and everyone will be wowed type of dish?
So I recently got a subscription to New York Times Cooking, and there's a recipe called Mongolian beef, and it's basically just you can get like skirt steak or flap steak, and you marinate it with soy sauce. And after you cook it, you can include like garlic, ginger, crushed red pepper flakes, and then you can make this basically it's like a sauce that goes on top of it, but it's like brown sugar, soy sauce, and water, and it is so good. Every time I make it, my husband gets so excited, and I make it like once a week. So it's really great. If it sounds interesting, I can send you the recipe.
Yeah, I might need to look that up. I'm always looking, every day it's like, what's for dinner tonight?
I have gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't want to make any more decisions about what to cook, but
Correct. Yeah.
I spend every Sunday trying to map it out so I can just make one grocery trip.
Yep, I'm the same. I'm with you. Okay, so we are now going to close with a blinded lightning round of this or that questions. So I'm going to give you two different options, and you just, off the top of your head, pick one. A couple of these, now that I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh, based on our conversation, I kind of know what you're going to pick. But we'll still go through it. So are you ready?
Yes, sounds good.
Okay. Stargazing or cloud watching?
Ooh, stargazing.
Right. Stay in or go out?
Stay in recently.
Hot coffee or cold brew?
Hot coffee.
Hardcover or Kindle?
Kindle.
Hold on or let go?
Hold on.
Sushi or steak?
Sushi.
Window or aisle seat?
Aisle for sure.
Old soul or free spirit?
Free spirit.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
And then the last one is the same, but I see your little pal in the background, so I think I know what you're going to say. Cats or dogs?
Dogs for sure.
Yep, we got a lot. Dogs are generally the winner, but we've had a few cats lately.
Yeah,
What's
I
your
like
dog's
both.
name?
Her name's Lily.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a Shiba Inu, so she was actually my husband's dog before I met him, and I've been trying to win her over since the day I've met her, and every time she comes to spend time with me in my office, I feel like that's a win.
Yeah, your background is really great with the colored books and the perfect little dog. Like it's you couldn't have mapped it out any better. Well, Morgan, thank you for your time today in the hot seat. I really, we've worked together for years now, and I always enjoy talking to you.
Likewise, I appreciate the conversation.